Oh, she is cheap.
Like, how would she accept this on herself?
And I was like, I'm slowly losing my religion. I was falling off.
Oh my God, she's saying voodoo.
ليش حرام? When I was there, I saw an army wearing red capes.
So you believe in aliens, Sarah?
It was so freaking beautiful.
على فكرة إذا اشتركت في القناة بتوصلك الفيديوهات قبل أي حد، فسبسكرايب وفعل جرس الإنذار. So why did you choose this interview to be in English while we're both Arabs?
I can express myself better in English.
Okay.
Yani, I am Arab, of course, and I'm very proud to be Arab, and I love the Arabic language. I think it's magical. But because my parents wanted me to have an American education, that's the price.
Nice.
I can express in American.
I really wanted people to hear this because, I mean, they judge all the time. So no matter what we explain, but I just wanted to clear the thing from the beginning.
لا يعني الأهل دائما يعني أبي ولدي وبنتي يكون عندهم أحسن دراسة يتكلمون إنجليزي. هاي النتيجة مرات من المدارس الأمريكية.
True.
And
we
an
always
expression.
start, Sarah, with the 3 deep breath.
Yeah.
As you know, we inhale, but you have to, I think, fix your...
Ground it.
Exactly.
Let's go.
So we will inhale from the stomach, chest if you want, it's up to you, but nose to mouth.
Okay.
So 3 times until you feel that you're really relaxed.
Got it.
Yeah. Now I'm going to ask you to grab this box.
Box?
Yeah, this one. Yeah, the grandma one.
Okay, such a grandma box.
Exactly. Pick an essential oil that you think it resonates with your personality or something that you love.
Lavender.
Lavender. Okay. Put some in your hand. I hope it works.
Ooh, I love lavender.
You like it?
Yeah, relaxes me.
So I'm going to ask you now to smell the scent. It's in your hand anyways.
I will show if actually this works.
It works for sure. And close your eyes and allow the scent to take you to the first childhood memory that would take you to. And allow your unconscious mind to take you there. No matter what the scene is, just tell me, where are you? Who are you with? What do you see?
I am at school. I am 4 years old, 5. And this was the first time I ever wore a dress in school because I was a tomboy. So I was wearing a white dress, white flowers, and I was turning around. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Nice. You can open your eyes. It's really interesting how scent has, beautiful memories, or sometimes not beautiful memories, but you always choose the oil for a reason.
It's nostalgic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there is a reason as well. Why did you go to this particular memory?
I don't know.
What if you were to know?
I think it's because there is a spray my mom sprays us with in the morning when we go to school, and it smells a little bit like lavender.
Interesting.
So, I remember, it is actually, no, it is that. Yeah, it is.
Who were your friends when you were in school?
Boys.
Cool. Do you remember them?
Yeah. I remember everyone. I have an elephant memory. I remember everything. I had 2 girls that were my best friends, and the rest were boys, because I used to get along with boys easier than girls.
I believe until now, as friends.
Yeah, true. So true.
So what's the most memorable thing about your childhood? Like, when you remember childhood, what do you remember the most?
I was always okay with being different. I never wanted to fit in, and I was always different, and I always did things differently. And if the teacher said go right, I'd go left. If my mom said go left, I'd go right. Not because I was disrespectful or I don't care or rebellious. I just genuinely followed my feelings since I was young. And I did not care about anything because it never made sense to me. I just went the direction where my heart wanted me to go. I was very intuitive when I was young.
Interesting. At what age you realized that whatever I did in my childhood was just me? I was doing me.
When I was the age of 25.
So after university.
Yes, I dropped university.
Okay.
So all my life, I was told by family, by friends, by teachers, whatever, institutes, I was told that I am just كيف يقولون بالعربي يعني إن مشكلتية.
Okay.
I'm trouble.
Troublemaker.
Yeah. And when I asked them why, they said because you don't act like everybody and you don't listen. And I always thought these were negative things. And I always thought I had to disconnect. But when I was 25, I realized the reason why I never listened to anybody and I was always different is because I was an individual. It's individuation. I was me. And thank God, all of this did not change me to becoming a follower. I was always a leader. So I realized by the age of 25, why were they trying to change me? Why do I have to be a product similar to everybody else? And then I realized, yes, I am rebellious, but I'm rebellious in a positive way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, knowing you as a person, I know that I would say you're not completely healed, but you're a healed person.
Yeah.
But if I take you back to your childhood and you talk to your childhood, so I need you to close your eyes again and try to connect with Sara, 5 to 7 years old. Look at her features, eye to eye, and ask her one question. What is life about?
You want me to ask her?
Yes.
She says, just have fun. Don't take it too serious. No. Because that's how I was when I was young. I never took anything serious. And as I grew up, I was getting programmed, but thank God I stopped and I exited the programming.
You can open your eyes.
Yeah.
So yeah, have fun.
She actually, let me put it this way. I think what she's trying to tell me is, when did you forget how to have fun? When did you forget how to be young? When did you grow up? Because I'm very bubbly. And there was a time in my life where I was trying to switch it because I was adapting to age. But that's also programming. And I decided, no, it's up to you to grow up. It's up to you to stay young. It's up to you to feel happy or fit in. It's all up to you.
But people would say she's above 30 and she's acting like a kid.
So?
You don't care.
So when I die, at least I lived. That's all I care about. Do you think I'm too old for what I do? You think I'm too young for what I do? I don't care. It's what people think of me is not my problem.
Do you remember at any given age or time you really cared about what people think of you?
Yeah, the age of 20 to 25.
What happened? Why?
I started wearing the traditional wear because I felt like wherever I went, whoever I wanted to connect with, especially Emirati and locals, because I did not look like them, I did not act like them, I didn't fit in. And then I thought for a couple of years, like for a period of time, I thought, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're right. They're a lot. I'm one. So I did have that thought where I went back and forth with myself. But then something inside of me said, no, don't. Yeah, you gave in for a couple of years, back to your roots, back to your original self. And to be honest, for these 4 or 5 years, it was so heavy to pretend to be someone, just to be accepted and liked and welcomed in society and culture between my people. It was so heavy to put on a mask every time I went out, to pretend, to sit, to eat. And it's slowly, your body deteriorates. And I realized my health was going downhill. Until the age of 25, when I had my awakening, I was like, no, we are not meant to be like that. I'm not meant to be like that. This is all wrong. This is all programming. I'm not meant to fit in. Where is my leadership? Where is my individuation? Where is my character? If I have to be and act and be someone else. And sadly, maybe this is something that they do all over the world, but in the Arab world, from my experience, your parents always raise you wanting you to be someone else. Be like your sibling, be like your cousin, be like my friend's daughter, be like my cousin's child. Why? Why
because
can't
they want the best for you?
But that's not the best. How is that the best for me? To be a copy of someone else, to lose my identity so I can be like somebody else. Never. I would never, ever do that. Ever. And I promised myself after my healing that I would never do anything to fit in. Even if I stay alone, I don't care. Because when you're alone, you're never alone. I have God, I have me, I have myself, I have me, myself, and I is more than enough. Doesn't bother me anymore.
When did you become friends with yourself?
When I started my awakening journey. And, you know, the awakening journey doesn't start when you're comfortable, when you're chilling at home. You're like, oh my God, I'm having an awakening. It happens when you hit rock bottom, when you're at the lowest point in your life.
So you remember this?
Of course.
I mean, what age were you?
25 to 30. Mm-hmm. So I say to 32, complete. From 25, I started having an awakening.
Okay.
And the awakening was a continuation of something I felt when I was young. I was always intuitive. I always had like an energetic feeling. I couldn't express it or explain it when I was young. But in the age of 25, I'm like, okay, no, there's something going on there. I need to be curious. Until the age of 32, from 25 to 32, that's when all the bad things started happening all at once. And pushing me. And instead, the crazy part is a normal human being, when they go through a lot of bad things, the first question that comes to mind is, why is it happening to me? Why, you know, God, what's going on? That wasn't my question. My question was, who am I? Why am I here? And I was like, why am I even asking these? Where am I going with this?
Where is this coming from?
Where's this coming from? And it was beyond me. It was my higher self. It was my soul trying to whisper, you know, hey, I'm here. You know, there's something to learn. Mm-hmm. You know, don't feel down. There's something to learn.
Do you really remember the worst year in your life?
Of course, I remember everything.
What was the worst year that you passed through?
2013 was the worst year of my life.
I think I met you in 2013.
Before that, 2012.
That. Okay.
Yeah.
What happened in 2013?
2013, I was going through a very bad divorce. Mm-hmm. And I was married. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, I was planning the divorce because there was infidelity, there was cheating, there was that, mental abuse, physical abuse. At the same time, my business partner, who was my best friend, stole all my money. So I was like, you know, min win? Yani, God, what's going on? It's from here and here, like everything bad. You know, they say when it pours, it rains. Everything was happening at the same time. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it was in Ramadan. I found myself sitting in a mosque, just sitting, not even crying, not upset, not sad, just in a state of nothingness. I was just stuck. Sitting there, I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing in a mosque. I wasn't praying, I wasn't crying, I wasn't talking to God. I was just there in that energy. And then, you know, I started having downloads, which I didn't understand downloads back then.
Let's explain, what downloads are to people.
Downloads are ideas and thoughts that come to you that are beyond your knowledge, your understanding. You don't even know where they came from. Yeah. Some people say, it's creativity, it's ideas. No, there is a huge difference between ideas and downloads. Mm-hmm. Downloads are things beyond your belief, beyond your understanding. Mm-hmm. It's from your higher self, your capability. It's from your higher self. Mm-hmm. It's from a higher power.
Okay.
And the download that came to me when I was in the mosque during that time is maybe God is doing this because he misses you and he wants you to come closer. Mm-hmm. And I won't deny, at that period of time, from the age of 25 to 32, I'd say, I slowly lost my religion. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, from all the religious scholars, this is wrong, this is right, pressure. And then the Quran says in Arabic, إِنَّهُ دِينُ يُسْرٌ لَيْسَ دِينُ عُسْرٌ. Like it's a religion of ease, not a religion of hardship. Mm-hmm. But then all the scholars just make it hard. Mm-hmm. And then Islam says, أنت الإنسان مخير ليس مسير, which means I have free will, I'm not controlled. Mm-hmm. But then I'm controlled because everything is wrong, everything is haram. I lost my religion. And I was like, I don't understand. The book says something, people say something else. And I have to believe them, because if I say no to them, then I'm not a Muslim. And I was like, I'm slowly losing my religion. I was falling off. And at that time, when I had the download in the mosque, I was like, يعني ممكن this download was, I don't know how to say it in English, and God wanted me to اجتهد شوي في الدين.
Yeah. Make more effort.
Put effort
to understand.
To understand.
Yeah.
And I realized, I'm like, my God, wait, it's true. Our religion is inherited and it's practiced, inherited, practiced, inherited, practiced. There's no curiosity. There's no quest into finding things and why or where. There's no questioning, although God wants you to be curious. And when you're curious, they tell you it's wrong. So I was like, whoa, maybe, يعني تخيل, and instead of crying about the heartbreak and the money, and I was broke at that moment.
You were connecting with God.
I was connecting with God, and I was like, God damn it, what's going on? And I went on a journey to rediscover God. And I came back falling in love with Islam, deeper, stronger, better, in a complete different way than the way I was taught. For me, I only believe the book. I don't believe anything else. And I don't think that's wrong because a lot of people make you feel like, oh my God, haram, عيب. لا, ما يصير haram. ليش haram? I only believe the book. And I was instructed to only believe the book. It's a book that's completed.
And do you believe you follow the book?
Only
Are you following the book?
Yes, only the book.
So whatever you feel like, you go back and read, and there's a verse in Quran that validates what you think of?
Yes, everything. Everything I feel, there's always validation in the Quran. And at the same time, I feel like there is nothing, the Quran is so perfect, the numerology, miracles in it, it's such perfection that I don't think it needs someone to complete it. I don't think it's missing information and it needs this person and that person and this person to complete it. It's something you read, you connect with on your own, and the meaning will come to you individually. And
don't you believe you're an aware person? Some people are not aware, so they need someone to explain things to them.
Yeah.
Plus, there are people who dedicated their life, literally like more than decades, to study Quran and interpret Quran to people.
Full respect to them, but their interpretation is a reflection of who they are. It's Quran. It's like a song. Okay, I listen to it. I'm heartbroken.
But we cannot compare Quran to song. People
we're not comparing.
Misunderstand you. Yeah.
Think of it as a song. For example, okay, I'm heartbroken. Anta, you're happy. We listen to the same song. And the writer has an idea of the lyrics he wrote. This is a story. I listen to it. I have a different story. You listen to it. You have a different story. I get it. But there is a lot of scholars that are very open-minded that are coming out now, and they're showing you the mistakes that were done in the Arabic language when it comes to translating the Quran. Like they will take a word and literally translate it to something, while it is a metaphoric explanation based on nahu and all these things and all that. So there is so much proof about these things. And yes, sometimes I need someone to explain some things for me. But who do I go to? I go to someone who is very open-minded, not judgmental, not rigid, not like stop making me fear God in a wrong way. Of course, I respect God and I fear him, of course, 100%. But the relationship between me and God should not be based on fear. It should be based on love. And when it's based on love, it flows differently, completely. There's no doubt, there's nothing when it comes to God, And this is why a lot of people, when they go through hardship, they sit and say, Ya Allah, lesh? God, why? First of all, if you love God and you trust God and you believe in God's words, you will never question him. He knows exactly what's right for you. لا يحمل الله نفسا إلا وسعها. He will never. لا يكلف الله. الإنسان, God does not give you more than what you can handle. Why are you questioning him? And wait, like I am really, really tired of people blaming God and the universe. Why did this man do this to me? Why did this woman do this to me? God, why are you doing this to me? Like, God has nothing to do with it. You create your life. You chose. You are the creator. Didn't you choose this man? Well, what does God have to do with it?
Let's not jump from topic to another
because
because it's another topic. I wanted to ask you about one particular thing right now. When a woman would allow her partner, husband, to abuse her.
Yeah. Been there, done that, wear a t-shirt.
Yeah, but what happens to let the partner abuse the woman? Like, how would she accept this on herself?
Okay, just to build the base ground, if you are in a relationship with an abuser, I don't blame a woman for choosing the abuser at the beginning because they act. The abuser, after a couple of months, shows you who they are. The question is not, why is he hitting me? Think of it in this way. When I get bitten by a snake, do I go to the hospital or I chase the snake to ask her, why'd you bite me?
Hospital.
Or do I go to the snake and why did you bite me? I'm a good person. No, I don't have a conversation with the snake. It's your job is not to understand why is he beating you? What's wrong with him? His childhood, his issues. The problem is, let's ask ourselves this question. Why are you still there? There is a problem in you. Anna, for me, I was with abusive partners. I am the problem because I chose them. So
when did you realize that you are the problem?
From the beginning, I realized.
From the beginning, you realized and you kept on doing the same thing.
From the beginning, I realized there was an issue. What am I trying to fill? What gap? What's wrong with me that I'm staying with these abusers?
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, I convinced myself, I want to help them. I want to heal them. I love them. I this. Okay, first partner, great, fine, understood, mistake. Second partner, same patterns. Third partner, same patterns. Fourth partner, same patterns. There's something wrong.
Yeah.
And then you go into self-awareness and you ask yourself, why am I staying? Why am I accepting?
Why am I attracting this personality?
Yeah. And then you realize that it comes from a place of no self-love, no self-worth. It's childhood trauma.
Yeah.
And it felt familiar to something I had before. So all of this familiarity made it feel like home. And I was a people pleaser because I was never accepted when I was young because I was different. So I was taught.
Different physically or mentally?
Everything. Physically, mentally. I was an alien in my family. So because I was not accepted and I was always compared and you have to act like this and you have to be like this and not like that, I started doing things to make people love me. People pleasing.
Yeah.
I'm willing to step on myself, just accept me and love me. And that happened when I grew up as a woman. I was the 4 or 5-year-old girl in the 30-year-old woman body taking decisions for her.
Who accepted you the most when you were a kid?
Nobody. I was never celebrated for my difference. I was always looked at as something is wrong.
Not even your friends?
No. Even for my friends, I was sometimes too much. They didn't understand me. My friends would only come to me when they need help because I was like Robin Hood in the school.
Until now?
Is this true?
Yeah.
So I was Robin Hood, not Robin the Hood.
Okay.
Okay. So I was Robin Hood. So I would help them when someone like mistreats them and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I had some friends that understood me, but there were moments where we clashed because of identity differences, you know? But I feel like, it was hard.
So you used to help people until now. Who helped Sara accept herself?
Until 3 years ago, nobody. I would never allow anyone to help me, which is also from trauma. I was giving, not open to receiving, because I thought I was not worthy.
Mm-hmm.
And when I asked when I was before younger or whatever, I never got what I wanted. So I felt like it's useless. And I don't want to burden people. I'm a burden.
Yeah.
But now I'm a receiver and a giver. It's a balance. You have to balance both energies.
If I ask you to ask Sara, when did she decide to heal? At what year exactly? Not where the journey started, 2013.
Yeah.
I would say, when did Sara?
2 years.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, I was on a journey, a long journey.
What happened 2 years ago?
I had enough. 4 partners, abusive.
So you exploded.
I was like, no. Okay. By that time, 2 years ago, I knew I had a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing the bare minimum because I was on a spiritual journey and I was doing some therapy here and there, some research. I was not choosing myself. I realized I had an issue, but I did not choose myself. 2 years ago, I left everything. Like work, everything, family, friends, everything. And I was like, I'm choosing me. And I'm dedicating my time fully to this. Because just like I do it for business, just like I do it for my son, just like I do it for what I love, and for the crappy men I was with, out of self-love, I want to choose me. And that was the beginning of my self-love journey. And I chose me completely.
How did it feel when you started really loving, accepting yourself?
Unbelievable. You feel like there's nothing missing. I don't need anyone to complete me. I don't need the external love to validate me or to fill me in. I was enough. And then you realize when you love is not about finding your other half. You're both whole. When you come together, you create a bigger circle. Yeah. That's it. But we're both complete.
True.
Yeah.
If I would ask you to, I'm not going to ask you to close your eyes. Your imagination is brilliant, as I know. You can imagine without closing your eyes. If I would ask you, imagine the shape or even explain the shape and the look, the feeling as well, even the colors of self-love, how would you explain it?
Hexagon? You know what's a hexagon?
No.
It's like the diamond shape,
Okay,
but with
diamond
an
shape.
edge. Yeah.
Cool.
Hexagon, that's how love, that's the shape that came when I closed my eyes. And the color was yellow.
Interesting.
Why?
I'm just asking.
Which one is the yellow chakra?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Solar plex?
I think it's called
Yeah,
the solar plex. Do you have a problem with the solar plex?
Yes, I do. All my life, I had issues with my digestion, with my stomach, with my food. But,
And you healed it.
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I healed it. But, people should know that every cell in your body keeps a memory.
True.
It's on a cellular level.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why sometimes trauma and illness and disease happens in different parts. That's where the trauma is stored.
True.
Most of my trauma was here.
Majority of traumas,
Yeah.
overall, they are here.
Most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many neurons here,
Mm.
more than the brain. Even the heart has more neurons than the brain.
They say there are 3 brains for the human being.
100%.
Yeah, to explain them, like one in the heart, one here,
Yes.
and one here.
But which one is the weakest?
Weakest, I have no idea. I didn't go there. My favorite is the heart, as you know.
Yeah.
I'm connected to the heart.
Yeah.
Big time. But the weakest, I have no idea. But I know for a matter of fact, majority of your traumas
Yeah.
are stored here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they always, the society.
So what's the weakest?
I'll tell you now.
Okay.
Society always tells you, listen, don't follow your heart. It will
Yeah.
hurt you. Follow your mind. Follow your mind. Follow your
Yeah,
mind.
true.
It's not true. The weakest organ is the brain because it operates from fear.
Mm-hmm.
The heart, your soul, your spirit, they're fearless.
That's why we say, they
Yeah.
say, never let your brain to control you.
100%.
Yeah.
It's people. A lot of people say that's the master. No, that's my servant.
No, this is the master.
This is the master.
This is the master.
Now, why? A lot of people say the reason let's take an abusive relationship as an example.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say, oh my God, every time I leave him and he calls me, my heart weakens and I go back. That's not your heart. It's your brain.
This is your
Your brain opens the drawer,
Yeah.
memories,
True.
doubts. What if maybe that's not your heart? Your heart is the gut feeling you have, the energetic feeling you have when you walked somewhere in a room. Actually, you know what's funny? If I go back in time to every relationship I was in, the minute I met them, I had a very bad gut feeling. And that was my heart telling me, whoa, 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 whoa.
But you're like, no, I'm sure.
But then my brain tricked me.
Because you were attracted to the physical part, I believe.
Not really. No, not really.
No, not physical the way you look. The physical part, things in the physical world.
Yes, but also I was attracted to the fictional character that doesn't exist, which is the fake persona they create.
Interesting.
To love bomb you so you can stay with them.
Cool.
It's a narcissistic
So if I ask you now, with the new version of Sara, if you look for a partner, what you look at?
Yeah. A best friend, honest, loyal,
generous, for sure.
Of course, empathetic.
Especially with emotions. Oh, thank you.
Yes, empathetic, important, because if you have empathy and someone doesn't, it's like, what the hell, what are we doing together?
Yeah.
So empathy, loyalty, honesty, friendship, and then the most important thing that we overlook always is similar values and morals, because people clash with values and morals later. You bring them up from the beginning. And then the most important thing, the person has to be extremely spiritual. Otherwise, we will not understand each other's language.
You'll not grow together.
No, he will not understand what I'm talking about. Imagine me telling him about my chakras and me meditating and all that. And he's like, yeah, cool story, bro. So it's not going to work. I speak woo-woo language. He doesn't get it. It's not going to work. So I need somebody who's not fully healed, but on the journey, at least started the work and is self-aware, We're all on journeys.
Understands and value what you think.
Yes, 100%.
Cool, Sara. Let's go back in time again.
Yeah.
I need you to relax again and sit. Close your eyes. Don't cross your feet, please. Yeah, your legs are open. Thank you. Sit properly. Focus on the breath. And I want you to really focus with your breath and to relax your eyes muscles, ears, jaw, Relax the neck, shoulders, hands. Focus on the breath. With each exhale, you relax more and more. And imagine that your body is floating up in the air, feeling so light, to an extent that you don't feel the weight, the time, where and when. And you feel that you're whole. And I need you to float up in the sky with each breath you take. And the more breath you do, the lighter you feel. And I want you to imagine with beautiful imagination that there is a timeline under you. This timeline is your life. If you look down, you'll see the present. If you're looking to the front, you see the future. If you look back, you see the past. I'd like to ask you to go back to the past. Let's go around 9 or 10 years ago. You land in a hospital where you see doctors, nurses, everyone is ready. And out of a sudden, you're carrying your son in your hands. Go back in time and remember the feeling you had. Remember, how did it feel like? How was it? And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and explain how valuable that moment was in your life.
That was the beginning of everything. Because when I had him, I was going through a divorce. I felt like my life was falling apart, especially in society as a woman delivering a baby, going through a divorce. And when he came out, everything got erased. Everything. And I felt like, my God.
What changes when someone, create another soul, create another person?
Subhanallah, it's the minute, okay, so of course, because you're a man, like I have to, okay, imagine this. The labor of giving birth, very painful, okay? The whole process is painful. The minute you see the child and they put the child on you and you smell the child, subhanallah, like you feel like something showers you from the sky, like maternal energy. It's insane. You become ready. You become all of this. You have feelings that explode inside of you. Especially like it's how powerful it is for you to give life, that's how life continues. And you are part of that cycle. It's so powerful.
How would you explain your relationship with your son, Maktoum, Allah yahfadha? How would you explain the relationship?
He's my best friend. He's my best friend. He's a copy of me. He's everything I should have experienced when I was young. And that's what I'm giving him. The healed version of me, the right thinking, the curiosity, the creativity, the freedom. I'm giving him everything I didn't have. Because if when you heal, when you go through the healing, you're creating the new ancestors. So I am the one that stopped the generational curse, the generational cycle. I am the new ancestors. And I will not allow whatever happened and recycled in my family for generation to come back. I will not allow it. Because we come from generations of denial and pretending like nothing happened. Like denial.
Denial of what?
Everything. Trauma, everything bad, everything negative. They pretend like nothing happened. And it's fast, genetically. The trauma is fast.
So like they used to pretend that everything is good?
Everything was good.
La vie en rose?
Everything was creme de la creme. Everything was perfect. If there is pain, it's fine. If there is abuse, it's fine. They stay. If there is sadness, they stay. They never allowed themselves to go out and explore and know who they are. They just took everything in.
But don't you
surrendered.
But don't you believe majority of us as Arabs were
Yeah.
programmed this way?
100%. It is programming. It's limiting beliefs. It is literally ending your life before your due date. Like you die before you're dead. Why? I'm not going to allow this. So I decided, and I think every black sheep in the family, their job is this. That one child that's different, that's unique, that's creative. You are the chosen one to stop all of this. Are you going to take the journey or not? You know, they say, there's a saying, you've been assigned this mountain to show people that it can be moved. I was assigned a mountain. And when I did the healing, I was connecting deep inside, and I was like, I want to heal my ancestors, I want to heal my lineage, I want to heal them all, and I'm honoring them, but at the same time I refuse to genetically pass this. And because I gave birth before healing, my son does healing with me. He started healing from like the past 2-3 years. So he started healing because I don't want him to pass that as well. So we're creating the new lineage, the new ancestors. Yeah.
Do you feel sometimes that you're not giving him enough time, enough care, because you travel a lot, you're here and there,
Yeah.
you spend lots of time not
Of course.
with him?
You know, the mommy guilt is real. Women do feel guilty when
You
they don't.
still feel guilty for this?
Yes, but see, the thing is, guilt is normal.
Yeah.
It's a normal feeling.
course.
Otherwise, I'm a sociopath.
Of course.
Imagine I leave my son, I feel nothing.
Yeah.
Which is healthy. It's good that I feel guilty. That means I have feelings, I'm connected and all that. But at the same time, I do not let the guilt control me. So I can feel the feeling, but I don't become the feeling. I can feel guilty, but I'm not guilty. Why should I feel guilty? I'm the one providing, I'm the one working hard to give him whatever he needs. And at the same time, I have open communication with my son, where I'm very extremely honest, harshly honest to him. I don't hide anything from him. So he understands. It's not going to build up as trauma. My mom left me. He understands what's happening. He understands, he sees. And if I can take him with me on some things that I do. And he sees how hard. And he always tells me, today he was telling me this morning when I was like applying my makeup to come here. He told me, Mom, how many followers do you have on Instagram? And I said, 1.3 million. He said, from 1 to 1.3 million, you've been teaching people good things. I'm so proud of you. And how priceless is this to come from an 8-year-old, you know, to tell you something like that. So he gets it. And he gets that I'm a single mom, and he appreciates it.
I have a message. Wait.
You're so pretty, Mom. I love you. We do so much fun things together. I wish that I could be with you on the podcast, but I can't. I love you so much. I can't even explain how. I wish you the best luck you can get, and I hope you have a great day.
Oh, that is so sweet. Habibi.
Now, going back to your relations, you had 2 marriages and 2 relations.
Yes.
So overall are 4.
4.
If I would ask you to tell me one lesson at least that you learned from the first marriage, but you kept on doing it, you passed it to the second marriage, 3rd relation, 4th relation, and you know that there is a lesson, and you can actually know there is a lesson, but you're not just like, you're not applying it.
2 lessons.
2 lessons.
Yeah.
Give me 3, I don't mind.
Yeah, 2 lessons. One is, I don't have to convince anyone of my worth.
Okay.
So I don't have to keep doing and giving more to show you that I'm worth it. That's the first lesson I learned. And I noticed it as I went, but I never applied it. Until now, it's completely applied. So that's the first lesson. Number 2, giving more of something that someone never appreciated from the beginning will not make them love you more. So the more you give, it doesn't mean the person is going to give in and choose you and love you. So these 2 lessons were very important lessons.
When did you learn that I have to be Sara the way I am? I'm proud of myself. I'm full of tattoos. I'm showing my tattoos. Do you remember that day? I was like, I don't care about anyone else. I'm not doing something wrong.
2 years
in my
ago.
opinion.
2 years ago.
What was the first reaction of the community?
They were all shocked. They were all upset. I used to be a board member in the government. So they always try to guilt me with that. Like, how were you a board member in the government and now you look like this? What's wrong with the way I look? I served my country. I served the government. I was there. I was attentive. I created. I supported. I did what every local should do. But I did it looking different. What's wrong with that? So I remember I was sitting down and I said, let's think of it from a logical perspective. I am upset because you don't look the way I expect you to look. who am I? Why do I have an expectation? Why do people have to look a certain way for me to accept them and love them? So this to me, I was like, this doesn't make sense. And me, Sara, I should not have an expectation of how a person should look. Neither should I judge of how a person should look. And that was like an awakening for me. I was like, I don't get it. Why should I look a certain way? And in the Arab world, probably not, actually human behavior, when they face something different, they have two choices, either to fight or flight.
Yeah.
Either to fight it, attack it, or run away.
Yeah.
There is a third choice in between. And the third choice is acceptance. The third choice is no judgment. The third choice is flowing. You know, that's it. You don't have to like or dislike. You don't have to disagree or judge. Love. Just choose love. And to accept people the way they are. And oh my God, when you start giving people when you create the space for people to be themselves, magic happens. Everything flows right. But when you're not giving the container for people to be themselves, everything goes wrong, and then you're upset. Why is everything wrong? Why is everyone negative? What if you are the common denominator? You are the one. So it is. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. Like sometimes I catch myself judging. You know, I go like, And it's self-awareness immediately on the spot because I trained myself.
Yeah.
I would say, for example, oh, look at the way she's dressed. And I go, no. It's because she can dress like that and you can dress wearing shorts.
But what's the difference, sorry, Sara, with
What?
respect? What's the difference between giving an opinion and judging?
I can say I don't like it.
Yeah.
But I cannot say, oh my God, she's probably this. Judging is literally seeing a person or knowing something for a short period of time and then compressing their whole life in that moment. How, for example, she is cheap. How do you know she's cheap? She's 30, let's say she's 37-year-old woman. How do you know she's cheap? How do you know her life? How do you know what she's been through? How do you know if that's okay? It's all bullshit. Like,
but if
no.
you know enough about her life, you can say if she's cheap or not.
I don't need to say, I can say, look, for example, if I am with you, you're one of my close friends, right?
Am I?
Yes, of course. You're one of my best friends. So when I sit with you let's say in my house, in here, and I tell you, man, I saw this girl, her language was very cheap. The way she was acting was very cheap. I can say it to you, I know I'm not hurting her. This is not going to go anywhere. You are safe. I am safe. We can express our opinions to each other. I can express to you my opinion. But if I go out and I tell everyone that she's cheap, I'm not serving, not myself, not the person, not the world, not the universe, not the consciousness.
You're just being bad.
I'm being bad. But I can, if I am with you and I know I can trust you and we're safe, I can give you my opinion.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm being authentic at this moment. So there is a huge difference because if you take it to the next level where you're hurting people and you're lowering your vibration, no, we don't play this game.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's go to your relationships. Like what relationship you considered before healing as like the worst thing I did to myself? Or even when you started to get aware, is it your relationship with yourself, with your parents? And no, I don't think with your son, with your exes, with your friends. What relationship you started to focus on more?
What was the worst relationship?
The worst relationship.
A relationship with myself.
With yourself.
Because
how did you look at yourself back then?
I didn't like myself. And this is why I put myself in these relationships. Because I didn't value myself. I didn't love myself. And there's a difference between physical self-love and real self-love.
Yeah.
Physical self-love, physical self-love is spa treatment, massages, getting a surgery, you know, looking good, makeup and all that. That's physical self-love, 3D self-love. But fifth dimension self-love, the soul and who you are is completely different. If you love yourself completely and wholly, you will never allow for yourself to be in situations where you're disrespected, stepped on, your boundaries are high, your value, where you stand, what you choose, everything goes high. Your vibration is high. I was vibrating very low. That's why I was attracting low.
Most of the questions I'm asking, that things that I really don't know about you, or I know just like headlines about. So I'm getting to know you closer now.
Yeah.
More and more. So my curiosity is actually asking me to ask you.
Yeah.
How did it feel and how was it like to meet your soul for the first time?
Oh,
how did that happen?
God, profound. Profound. When you meet, see, the thing is, and I always say this, I say people forget that we are spirits on a human experience. We're not humans on a spiritual experience. We're spiritual beings. People forget there's a soul in there. They think the body is all it is. No, this one dies here, stays here. When I met my soul for the first time, my God, my attachment with everything ended. Everything. Attachment to the body, attachment to materialistic things, because attachment is not healthy. When you really operate from love, you don't have attachment because you want the best for everyone and everything. And if the best is to leave, separate, amazing. But attachment comes from trauma bonding, comes from a lack, comes from fear. That's attachment. So yeah, when I met my soul, I was like, whoa, I'm so freaking beautiful.
I love you.
I'm so freaking beautiful. I am powerful. My energy is insane. I'm huge. And then I limit myself with my limiting beliefs to this body. Don't get me wrong. I love my body. I love who I am. I love my physical experience. But I will never forget where I came from, because I feel like you cannot be grounded. See, a lot of people say grounding is knowing who you are and where you're going. Grounding. And walk on Mother Earth. Grounding. No. You cannot ground if you don't know where you came from. How can you ground if there is a chapter missing in your life? Where did you come from? The spirit world. Where were we before coming into this body? If there's no curiosity, then you're not really grounded. And the minute you get into the spirit world and you attach to your spirit and you learn about your spirit, my God, your connection to God becomes automatically stronger.
Where did you come from?
Where did you come from? You want to go into that?
I mean, yeah, because everybody would be wondering. She's saying, "Where did you come from?" What should they do to know where did they come from?
For you to understand that, you have to stop looking on the outside. You have to go within, because the whole story is inside of you. The answers. See, the spirit, ruh, the soul, is knowledgeable beyond knowledge, because it's a piece from God. You know, we are all a piece of God. We are God's creations. We're all a piece of Him. So obviously, if I am part of the bigger source, which is God, I am knowledgeable. I know everything. All these ideas you see in the world, all these inventions, all these things that came to life, where did they come from? You think the person was sitting down and just suddenly his mind came with the physics and how to create light and all that? The soul knows it all, but these people allowed their intuition to speak. They gave their soul a voice. They were curious. They went in. And all of them went far with their thoughts. The people call them crazy. So for me, where the soul comes from is that we all lived in a world that's a spirit world before coming into a body. We were all, even in Islam, al-barzakh, right? We were all in a hangar, and we all had a life there, you know? And when we chose to have that experience, when God wanted us to have the human experience, because energies, what are energies? It's energy. Energy cannot feel, cannot touch. So if I was just an energy, I would never know what it feels to touch, eat, taste, cry, smell a flower, fall in love, be angry, you know? I would never know these feelings as an energy. So for me to understand and collect data, we're here on this world. God's testing us to collect data, to experience, to enjoy, to have fun, collect that data, and then ascend. Because without that data, as an energy, later on, I cannot manifest anything. Imagine, for example, let's say we're all in heaven right now, and we never had a human experience. And God says, manifest whatever you want.
Yeah.
How do I manifest a river? How do I manifest a mountain, green, house? I don't know all these things. I had to have an experience to understand, to feed my soul data, information. But the price to come to this world is a soul coma, erasing the memory. So if I came in al-barzakh and I can't remember anything there, obviously something happened in the transition between there and here. So that's the price. You forget everything. And your job in this world is, yes, to be a great human being, yes, to connect to God, yes, but also to connect back and remember who you are and remember how powerful you are, so you can take that power and apply it in the human experience, and to see how limitless you are and to see how powerful God is. This is your journey. And a lot of people die, they leave the physical world not knowing anything about who they are. Zero curiosity. 9 to 5 job, they sleep, they eat, they digest, That's it. That's life. But that doesn't make sense to me. Does it make sense to you that we are living here to get kids, reproduce, work, make money, and then eat, digest, sleep, and then none of this goes with me when I die? Why am I here? Why are we wasting time? It's all a journey back home. Where is home? Inside. That's home. So that's the price. The soul goes in a coma. You have to wake it up and remind it. That's why it's called awakening. Remind it. And once you remember your power and you're aligned, you find out that you are limitless with your powers. Limitless. Unbelievable.
Of course, we are limitless.
Yeah.
Look at the mirror.
Yeah.
And I want you to remember the old version of Sara that you used to hate the most.
I never hated.
You used to.
Never hated.
Interesting. You had issues with.
Yeah.
Dislike.
Actually,
NLP.
No issues. You know why? Because she served me back then.
Cool.
So she was the reason I'm here. I honor.
Let me rephrase.
Okay.
Look back at the old version of Sara.
Yeah.
And send a message to her.
Babe, we made it. we found our way back home. It was all worth it. See, the thing is, after you do the healing, when you look back, there's no more pain. There's indifference, right?
Yeah.
There's indifference. As in, like, I don't hate you. I don't love you.
You see the scene and you might smile.
I laugh.
What did I do to myself?
No, and I laugh because I'm like, freaking hell, we had to go through all of this to reach to this.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it.
So you've learned it the hard way, I would say?
Yes, learned it the hard way. I used to look at the mirror before and cry when I remember older versions of me because they were broken. All of them are at peace. All of them are free. I set them free. I cut the cord with them. I honor them. They serve me. And I buried them. So this is the version of me that exists now. And I honor her. And later on, it will be a more wiser version of me. And I'll honor her. Some parts of you have to die for new parts to come to life. 100%.
What would you say to people who would listen to you now or look at you and they say, oh my God, she's saying voodoo?
Voodoo?
Yeah.
I'm saying voodoo.
That they don't understand. I have a different experience.
Yeah, I get it.
I want to hear from you.
I get it. I don't blame them because 10 years ago, I would have said the same. I would have said, what the hell is this voodoo? But once you awaken, once you're awakened, once you taste that, once you meet your soul, there's no going back.
Yeah.
It's not voodoo. I urge everyone to go on a journey. I urge everyone to get curious. It's such a beautiful, profound journey. And okay, let's say, if you want me to take it back to religion, I can take it back to religion. What was the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ doing in the cave?
He's meditating.
Meditating.
Yeah.
And when I meditate, people say it's voodoo.
Yeah, me too. When I say meditation, even to some of my guests, like I see different explanations on their faces. I see weird expressions like, okay, fine. So I stopped saying, let's meditate or let's try to meditate. Just close your eyes and imagine. Yeah. Because you have to know who's in front of you, and sometimes you have to speak people's language to be able to send a message to them. Yeah. But with you, just it's open, so I like it. Yeah. So let's go to another topic.
Yes, for sure. But I don't blame them. I get it.
I don't blame anyone. Everyone has his own experience to experience something different. Yeah. So you have the right to go step by step because if you do it 180 degrees,
it will not work.
Transformation, it will not work. No. You have to pass through so many stages to be able to heal or to be able to know yourself or to be at peace.
Yeah, totally. Least. So we're planting seeds right now. We're planting seeds in everybody.
I hope so. So you believe in aliens, Sara?
Of course.
How come?
What
happened to like get you curious to know there are other creatures? How come? How do they look like? How do I know more about them? What happened?
Okay, we're talking about the voodoo stuff now.
I don't mind. I believe in aliens.
Let's go down the rabbit hole. Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, it's in the Quran, it's in the book, okay? And second of all, from a human perspective, you are completely ignorant and egoistic to think that this whole universe is just for you. It's just for you. But the hell? It doesn't even make sense. Like, are you that egoistic that you think this is all for you? It's not. It doesn't make sense, okay? Third of all, when I was doing a meditation, to connect with my inner self, my higher self, my soul, and all that. During the deep, deep, deep meditation where you're in trance, and I had a download, and I saw a figure in front of me
The Palladian?
A Palladian figure. And I know you might think this is crazy. It's fine. It's my experience. I know what I saw. You can't take that away from me. Take
It's
it or
her
leave it.
experience. It serves her.
Yeah.
So this is her
Take
opinion.
it or leave it.
This is
you know,
her
yeah,
opinion.
take it or leave it. So it's not an opinion, it's real. But they can take it or leave it. So when I was going through the meditation, I had questions. And I had questions beyond my knowledge about the universe, about energy, how it works, how the healing happens. Basically, like how to use the energy to heal myself. And I had questions. And I remember I was in the meditation. I suddenly appeared in a forest. I resonate with the forest a lot. In a forest, I was walking to a crystal cave. And in the crystal cave, I had to meet. They told me, who do you see in the crystal cave? So, because every time someone does that meditation, they meet different things. It can be your ancestors, it can be your higher self, it can be anything.
Parents sometimes.
It can be your parents, it can be anything. When I was there, I saw an army wearing red capes, just standing there. And then my healers were like, so what do you see? I was like, I see a lot of people, they're short. How do they look like? I don't know, they're wearing capes. It's dark inside the cape, the red capes. What more? Give me more features. I said, they're tying a rope, a golden rope around their waist. Okay, ask them a question. They're not talking. Ask more. Nobody's talking. And then they're like, look around. Do you see anyone different? And then when I looked, because, you know, and I remember I was moving my head because I'm fully in the vision. And on the left, there was one of them wearing the same thing. He was very tall. Okay? And then I said, there's one in the corner. He's very tall. They're like, talk to him. And I started talking in my head, talking verbally. I was like, who are you? What do you want? And then I was like, he's not answering. And then I realized that they don't answer by speaking. It's telepathy.
Yeah.
And then in my head, I started speaking to him. And I said, can you show me who you are? And then he removed the cape. And I was like, wow. He was beautiful, very symmetric features. The skin was white, but more off-white bluish.
How do you remember all those details?
I remember it. I would never forget that day.
Why?
I'll tell you now why. He was wearing a bodysuit, blue color, navy blue, with gold things around it, the details. Long sleeves, all long, body very muscular, very lean, very tall. And his hair was gold and very long, up to here.
This is a video game character.
I know. No. I've seen something similar, but he was completely different. And then I was like, oh my God. I started explaining to my healer how he looks like. And I was like, maybe it's an angel. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know what's this.
What am I seeing?
What am I seeing?
Yeah.
They're like, go deeper, connect. And I asked him, what's your name? Who are you? And then he came closer and he wasn't speaking. And then I realized, okay, I'm doing this mistake of expecting him to speak. Telepathy. And while I was talking, I was allowing downloads. The downloads was him talking to me. And then he told me, I'm here to remind you of who you are. And I have something for you. And then I said, okay. I said, can you sit next to me? He sat next to me, very tall. He had a box. He opened the box. There was a feather. Okay. And I looked at the feather and I said, what is this? He said, keep looking at it. I said, I don't get it. And it was a weird feather. It was not like a bird feather. It was very long and detailed. And he gave me the feather in my hands. And I remember I can touch it with my hands. And he told me, remember who you are. And I said, what do you mean, remember who I am? I know who I am. Remember who you are. All you have to do is remember. And then I felt the whole army that was in front of me. I felt hands on my back touching me. When I looked back, it was all of them holding me. And they all said, we are all behind you. You don't have to worry. And then I was like, whoa, what is this? And then I was like, who are you? What's your name? Just give me a name. He said, my name is Gabriel. And immediately I thought, Jibril, al-Malak, you know? I'm like, oh my God, angel, are you an angel? He said, no, I'm not an angel. I said, so what are you? Why are you called Gabriel? He said, Gabriel is a name. It doesn't mean it's the Gabriel angel. I said, so who are you? He said, remember who you are. You will know who I am. My name is Gabriel. And I woke up from the meditation. I woke up. I immediately started sketching how he looks like. I went into like deep research, went online, couldn't find much. because the internet will suppress this information. It's always in the end. So I went like maybe 100 pages of Google back, until I found in Google Images. I found a guy that is a spitting image of him. I went to the story. When I went to the story, it was a story about a guy who met this guy, and his name is Gabriel. And Gabriel is the last Palladian, which is an ancient civilization that came to Earth to teach people spirituality and wisdom. And he was the last one left, and his name was Gabriel. And then he left years later after he taught humans the power of the soul and connecting and how to be light workers.
So Gabriel is a living creature, or he died?
No, he's living.
He's living.
Yeah, he's living.
And
they come from different dimensions.
But they come to Earth.
Yeah. Because think of it in this way. 1 light year, let's say 1 light year in his planet, for example, is 3,000 light years in ours. So we might be living for 3,000 years and Gabriel is only having 1 day. You get the point? That's the difference. That's why they live longer. So ever since Gabriel started, I'm like, oh my God, it is the same Gabriel. He looks the same. And I showed it to my healers. They're like, these are the Palladians. I said, what's the Palladians? And then I went into research. And then the first thing it says about the Palladians, that they are light workers. And when did I get this tattoo? I got this tattoo. It says light workers.
And you have Gabriel as well in your hand, the Palladian?
No, that's me when I saw myself as a Palladian. Oh. So that's a Palladian woman. So I always had a connection with the word light workers. I don't know how and where. You see, the thing is, when you're awakened and your energy is flowing, you attract things. They come to you all the time. And I never understood, why do I feel like I'm a light worker? And then when I went back, I read, it said Palladian. So then I realized I'm a Palladian starseed. Like I have Palladian genetics in me.
So your message is basically to enlighten people.
Yeah. And this is why I was like, oh my God, now I get it. And when he was telling me, remember, he was telling me, remember who you are.
Yeah.
Where you came from, where all of these, your soul, remember your story, your lineage, everything is going to come to you. And when I went on that journey on remembering, and my intention in meditation was not, let me heal, let me grow, I need wisdom. No, it was remember. That was my secret code. The intention was nothing else but remember. Because if I'm saying, teach me, if I'm saying, give me, I am literally saying I'm powerless and I need someone to give it to me. When I say remember, it means I'm powerful. I just need to go back. And that's when you empower your soul. And I remembered. And I started doing these healings, these meditation, going spiritual, deeper. And then you sit and think, now I get it why the prophet was meditating in the cave. Now I get it why the downloads came to him, why he was chosen. Because you all have power in you. I'm not saying we're all prophets, but I'm saying we all have the power to meditate, to go within, not on his level, but on an extreme big level. We are way more powerful than we think we are. We just don't know it.
Some would say this is a creation of your imagination.
I mean,
whatever you saw,
it's fine. I'm okay. I accept it if you think that. I don't agree with you, but I accept it if you believe it's my imagination.
I'm not saying me.
No, to people.
Say,
yeah, to people. No, of course, I know you believe everything I say. So it is, all I'm going to say is, go, if you do it, you'll come back telling me, I completely believe you.
But some people are limiting themselves to experience this experience, believing that what you do is haram. We cannot go there.
Why is it haram? What am I doing that's haram?
Because it might question the religion.
Relax, this made me believe in God even more. This made me more Muslim than I was in my 20s. This is all God. This is all. See, the thing is, if like a lot of atheists who became spiritual went to find God after that, because after you become spiritual and you connect with your soul and your spirit, you feel like, this is not a coincidence. This is not an accident. This is not a big bang. There's a creator. You cannot be spiritual and not believe that all of this was done by someone way bigger than all of us. So it makes you closer to God. And then you start understanding why God says, تَفَاءَلُوا بِالْخَيْرِ تَجِدُوهُ. Law of attraction. لَا تَتَمَارَضُوا فَتَمْرَضُوا. If you make yourself sick, you get sick. And when God said, there is a verse in the Quran that says, only the ones who remember and go back and deep, they find their path. What does that mean? Remembering who you are. When God gives us hints, al-barzakh, al-ruh, and all that and everything, it's all hinting. It's cheat codes in the game of life to make you remember. God's giving you droplets here and there to remember. And once you remember, everything makes sense.
But there is also a verse in Quran that says إنما الروح من أمر ربي وما أوتيتم من العلم إلا قليلا. What does that mean?
It means that the reason why you're having this experience, the reason why you are a soul to start with, the reason you got split and became an energy is because he wanted that. It's all up to him. He's the creator. He can take you, he can put you, he can lift you, whatever he wants, it's all up to him. He's the source. That's what it means. So العلم القليل هو human experience. When I come to this world, when God speaks to you in the Quran, he's speaking to you on a human level, not on a spirit, it's not on a soul level.
Yeah.
He's speaking as a human experience. This book is for this world.
Of course.
God didn't say this book is for your whole soul journey. No, he kept some of it mystery. But there are so many hints there that once you start your spiritual journey, you're like, I get it. Oh, now I get it. Oh, now I see
because God's
it.
calculations are completely different than, our calculations.
So ما أتيت بالعلم إلا قليلا is your human experience. And that's true. When I came to this world, my soul, the memory was wiped. Completely من البرزخ. العالم الأرواح. عالم أرواح. The world of spirits. It's a world. We were living there. What were we doing there? We have to go back to be grounded and remember and go back to that and remember how powerful we are.
So you believe that we have certain memories
of course, it comes
installed
back.
in our DNA.
It all comes back. I believe, see, the thing is, yes, you have everything is stored in your DNA, everything is stored in your eyeball. Mm-hmm. Your Akashic records are in your eyeball. That's why when you close, you see visions, you see stories, you see things. Everything is in you. That's why they say the whole universe is inside of you. All the questions, all the answers inside of you. And wallah al-azim, nothing I'm saying is not from Islam. Everything I'm saying is from the book. And if you look deep and you don't look at it from a shallow perspective and you remove your limiting beliefs and you read the Quran, you will see that it's the miracles and wonders and how God's trying to remind you of your powers is unreal. But nobody wants to. Nobody wants to.
If I ask you to remove one thing from your current life, and if by removing this thing, it's to be an object or something inside you, your life would be even better. It would be complete, let's say. What would that be?
Nothing. I'm so happy. I'm so at peace. This awakening experience completely humbled and balanced me. It whipped my ego's ass. I have no complaints. I'm so happy. And I completely surrender to God, surrender to the universe, surrender to the plan. But at the same time, I know that I have to do the work. Because God said, "Is'a ya abdu as'i ma'ak." Ma qal ana as'i bidalik. Like, we cannot sit and say, God, see, this is a very important topic. التوكل على Allah. You know, التوكل. A lot of people, they get sick. They're like, I'm just going to sit at home. وتوكلت على الله. لا. How? You cannot just sit, do nothing and say, God, توكلت عليك. Ma God needs to see you do something about it so he can see your efforts, see you're working towards it, so he can double the effort. You cannot say, كلمة التوكل, the word توكل, which is surrendering to God, is a bit dangerous if you completely believe in it in a wrong way. It doesn't mean completely surrender and do nothing. It doesn't mean that if you're meant to be a doctor, you sit at home and you become a doctor. You have to go study for it. So there are things you need to do so God can work with you.
Yeah.
التوكل is, God, I've done the work. Now I surrender to you. It's not, God, I'm doing nothing. I surrender to you. Complete different thing. And sadly, a lot of people completely surrendering to God in the wrong way. Completely. Like, God gave you a free will. He's an observer. He's watching everything. For example, if he heals you and you've done nothing to heal and he heals you on his own, it's unfair to the human experience. Why is NourAldin getting a special treatment from God and I'm not? Why is this person getting a special treatment from God and I'm not? It's not fair. And God is very fair. So I believe that you don't chill and you surrender and it comes to you. You have to put the work. God has to see you trying. So it's be careful what you believe in, and what you believe in, you become.
True.
So it's tricky توكل شوية. Yeah. But I'm 100% surrender to God's will, whatever I go, which means I will go in life, I will live, I will do. And if it's wrong, I'm okay with that. And if it's right, I'm okay with that. لأن في توكل, step by step. But to sit down and do nothing and to get sick and ill and do nothing and not to do the work and not to try and to say, I surrender to God. Like, I swear to, like, what is God going to do? Watch you die. You know, you chose this path. You chose everything. You are the creator of your life. Your life is a movie. You're the director. You're the writer. You're the actor.
Creator, the actor. Yeah.
I am a sub-creator. He is the main creator.
True.
If I'm a piece of God, of his energy, why am I belittling myself so much that I'm sitting here just توكلت على Allah? No, God wants to see you do. God wants to see you work. Otherwise, it's unfair. You get a special treatment. How come?
What do you fear the most right now?
Not right now?
Not at this moment, I mean.
Like in life?
Yeah. What's your biggest fear?
Nothing. I'm just claustrophobic. That's the only thing I fear. I used to fear death. Now I love death. I feel like death is such a beautiful thing. It's a journey from one to another. I have total, complete peace with death because it's a physical death. Energy never dies. You know, the soul never dies. Energy never dies. It can get manipulated. It can adapt. It can change, but it never dies. This dies. And I have no attachment to this. It's my meat suit. It's my car in this life. So I'm okay. I feel like death is such a beautiful thing. And it's a beautiful reminder for us every single day because we don't know when it's coming. To live your life the fullest. Not to exist, to live your life the fullest.
How do you live your life?
By being completely authentic and curious and allowed to do mistakes, allowed to live, allowed to take decisions. How do you know you're living? Is by practicing your free will. That's living. But if I am doing what society wants, what my parents wants, what my husband wants, everyone is expecting things from me. Who am I?
But don't you believe if people would do what they want to do, it will be a bit chaotic?
No, there has to be, شوف, لازم يكون في وعي. There has to be emotional intelligence. There has to be awareness. Yeah. Not go do whatever you want. يعني خلاص, go burn. And no, it's not to that extent. Free will practiced with balance, practiced with maturity, practiced with, I'd say, like, how do I say it in English? Like practiced with full emotional intelligence. You know, الوعي العاطفي.
Yeah, emotional.
Yeah, so it's balanced in that way. Because I practice my free will, like I even stretch my free will beyond it's stretchable. So أنا ماخذنها للآخر. لأن I have one shot here.
So you're an extremist when it comes to free will.
I'm living it to the most, you know? But at the same time, I'm not hurting myself. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not invading anyone's freedom.
I'm going back to the community because you said I'm not hurting anyone's freedom. Also, some might say you don't represent the Emirati way the proper way. You're not Emirati enough.
Yeah.
You don't resonate with the community.
It's okay.
How do you feel when you hear that?
Because before I was an Emirati, I was a human. So I am a human before being an Emirati.
But
before
you're saying that I am a proud Emirati.
I'm very proud to be Emirati, of course.
Yeah.
I'm extremely proud, but I'm sorry I don't look like it. But before being an Emirati, I am a human. Before being a human, I'm a soul. We cannot erase that. I'm an individual. I need my individuality. I cannot be following the crowd. And to be honest, like, why is breaking out of the culture mold considered a sin? Because what is culture? It's man-made. Our culture was created when? How many years ago? It's culture. It's man-made. It's peer pressure from the grave. It happened at a time where it's not my time, not my space, not my environment, not my life. Look at the way we live right now. Why am I still obeying the culture? And why can't I create new cultures? So what's wrong with that? And if you look at Dubai is a mix of culture and modernism.
Yeah.
Together, embedded together, fusion. I am that. What's wrong with this? Well, I don't understand. What is the problem that I don't look the way I should in culture? Why am I being shot and thrown arrows at because I look different? المفروض يعني we come from a country, we have a minister for tolerance. And there should be tolerance between the Emiratis when it comes to the way they look and how different they are. We have to practice what we preach. And I have tolerance. You can be covered completely from head to toe. I will accept you. I would chill with you. I would love you as much as you were wearing a miniskirt. I don't differentiate. And it doesn't make you less Emirati to look a certain way. I don't believe in that.
So you believe that your Emirati identity is here?
Yeah,
it should
totally.
Not be here also.
Totally. It's in my heart. Look, I think that with the work I'm doing, whether it's the public speaking, the businesses, even doing the reality TV show.
We're going to that in a minute.
Yeah, I am putting my country on the map in my own way. I'm not the only one. I'm not talking from ego perspective, but I am spreading the awareness about my country, about how we are, about the Middle East and everything. So I take pride in that. And I will never belittle my experience. I say, no, I'm not. No, I am because I work hard for what I do. So I am representing. Maybe not representing the way people expect me to, but I am 100% embodying and representing the culture and the UAE.
Nice.
I am.
Why did you choose to be in Real Housewives of Dubai? And it says Real Housewives.
Yeah.
Like housewife.
Yeah.
With a thing that you don't really resonate with.
Why?
You're not a housewife.
No, but you mean as a choice of life?
Yeah.
No, I respect housewives.
You do, but you're not one.
I'm not one, but I respect it.
So when did you choose to be in the show?
So
and why?
This is what happened. I got a call from the casting director, and I thought it was a prank. I shut the phone. I was like, I've never watched The Real Housewives before, but I know it's a legacy. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and it's a legacy. I will not deny and belittle the name they have.
Yeah.
I was like, did I just get a call? What stupid prank is that? Then they called me again. They verified their identity and everything, and I realized this is serious. And then they were like, we want someone Emirati.
Yeah.
It's the Real Housewives of Dubai.
Yeah.
We want someone Emirati to represent the Emiratis. And I said, I don't represent the Emiratis. Fine. We want someone to represent the country, to show people the misunderstanding they have about the Middle East and the UAE. We want someone to go out there and take the bullet and show people the truth. كبش الفداء. كبش الفداء. And I said, okay, if you put it this way, I would love to be the sacrifice to show people how people in the Middle East are. I would love to take that sacrifice. But then I took the time and I thought about it. I'm like, hey, I'm a tree hugger. I'm extremely spiritual. This is not my space. It's not my energy. It's not where I want to be. But then I remembered a couple of months before I got the call, I was meditating and I was praying. And I said, God, I wish my voice can reach outside the Middle East so I can help people. As a light worker, I want my light to spread. And then God gave me this. And then I was sitting in my room. I was like, God, you have a great sense of humor. This is what you sent me? And then I realized that I prayed for this. I manifested this. So I took it. And who am I to say no? It's an opportunity for me to, grow my brand, my business, and all that. I'm not going to deny and say, no, it's not important. Of course it's important. I have a business, right? Number two, to show the Western world as a Middle Eastern, as a Khaliji, as from within embedded in the culture, that everything they heard about us is a lie. And I'm willing to do that. And I'm showing them that. And at the same time, to show people that healing in that space, in the reality TV world space, where sometimes it's all negative, the healing is possible. And I wanted to go to the people that watch these shows and tell them, heal. Do it. So if you see me season 1, now season 2 just came out, you will see that all I talk about is healing, meditation, spirituality, and all that. I'm planting seeds. And yes, it's not easy to be on a show like this. It takes a toll on you energetically. It's fun at the same time. It's a wild experience.
But it's based on gossiping and fighting. And
you don't have to gossip. Don't bend your knees. Stay straight. Stand straight. I don't gossip. I don't fight. I'm authentic. I'm real. You saw the show. I'm the same person off camera, on camera.
I did. I watched the first 2 episodes. You do that.
And I never wanted to change. I never wanted to pretend and carry the Hermes bags and the cars and, I'm all rich and fabulous to pretend so people can like me so I can fit in the Real Housewives world. I am not that. And you will never get that.
You're not rich and fabulous?
I'm successful and I'm fabulous, but I don't have to prove it to you.
Define success. Success
to me is what have I done for myself and then what have I done for others.
Others as in community.
People, yeah.
Nice.
What did I do to find myself and to live the life I wanted, to heal and to grow? And then what have I done to help others find their way?
What is more satisfying, being on a reality show or being on social media to you?
It's 2 different things. Being on social media...
I asked, you answer.
Look, being on social media, people who follow you like what you do. Being on a reality TV, people might not like you. They might never accept you. You might not be their flavor of reality TV, but I'm there. So it's like I'm in their face, whether they like it or not. So they have no choice. And on social media, you have a choice to unfollow.
What's the fine line between reality shows and scripted reality shows?
I wish our show was scripted. In the beginning, when I was sitting there and they were fighting, I was like, yeah, when are we going to cut and exit? Like, when is the scene going to finish? And then I realized nothing is scripted. They're really fighting. They're really crazy. And then I realized, my God, what am I doing here? And then I look, I'm like, what's going to happen now? They're like, your life, do it.
When would you decide to leave the reality show?
I am, after doing like extremely deep work, I realized that just as the beginning, that it's not my thing, and it's still not my thing. And I'm not gonna lie and say it's my thing. But do I enjoy it? It's fun. Do I enjoy the growth that comes with it? It's fun. Am I helping people? Because a lot of people, when they watch the show, they're like, I used to be so toxic and I used to always like the fight scenes. I don't anymore. I like the healing scenes more, because I realized, why am I so attracted to chaos? There is something wrong in me. And then when I saw this, I got attracted to this, the peace.
Please, can we focus on this? Because I would love to hear more from you, because of course I believe the same.
Yeah.
When I'm attracted to drama, it means there is a drama inside me that I have to deal with.
100%.
When I'm attracted to toxic people,
there is toxicity in me.
Exactly. When I'm attracted to, I'm not going to say mean people, but like people who lean towards the
narcissistic people,
the mean side. Not only narcissistic, like so many, like, you know, bad stuff, like bad shit. Even if I'm pranking my friends and my intention to, you know, make fun of them all the time. There is something wrong inside me.
See, because we are broken, we vibrate low, we attract low. But every person you meet is there to teach you something about yourself.
True.
And it's a mirror, basically.
What did you learn from the Real Housewives of Dubai so far?
I learned that I should never alter my reality and who I am for fame and money. Never. I should never let go of my morals and ethics, no matter what, no matter how attractive it is. Never. I should always remain myself, because I should be celebrated for my authenticity. And I don't care if that doesn't take me far on TV. So I learned through this hard experience of, like, how many years now we're doing it? Almost 3-4 years. I learned that, yes, I am doing the right thing. Like, this is how you should be. And this is a test. We're going to put you through a test. The universe was like, here is a toxic girl. Here is gossip. Here is a situation where you can lose your shit and go crazy. Now what are you going to do? So I feel like with this show, God was testing me to see, am I everything I preach and say I am?
Are you?
I am, 100%. I walk the walk. I don't talk the talk.
So if there is a season 3 now, would you be able to sign? Are you still?
No, I am. You're
going to do season,
yes. If there is a season 3, and if we get recasted again, I will be in season 3. But I don't promise you that this is something I'll be doing for long. Because it's, you know, the only thing that's keeping me there is knowing that I'm somehow, somewhere serving humanity.
How many? The percentage is like
45%, and that's a lot.
Okay, cool.
That's a lot.
Now let's go back to family. How did your family react when they knew that you're going to be on a reality show like this show?
They didn't like it, obviously.
Until now.
They gave up on me.
But do they watch it?
No. I tried to make them watch it. There was a scene in season 1 I did with my dad. And after, like, dying, please, I'm going to come home and I want us to be ourselves, and they want to film it. Just be you, be you, be you. Until he was convinced. And I said, do it for me. And he did it. And it was a beautiful scene in season 1. It's very connecting. People were crying even when they saw it. And I showed it to him. I got no reaction, but I know he likes it. You know your parents very well. The thing is, my parents reached a point where they have no expectation anymore. Like, zero. Like, there's no good or bad expectation. They're just fluid. They know anything can happen and Sara can do anything. But at the same time, they know that no matter where she goes, what she does, all the mistakes, she's been growing to become the best version of herself. So they see the change. They see the growth. They see the maturity. They see the stability.
Did you have a period of time where you stopped talking to your family for a while?
2 years.
Really? 2 years? What happened?
I took a wrong decision. Okay. And
did you ask them for forgiveness later on?
Yeah, of course.
Did they forgive you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I forgave them as well, because your parents are not supposed to walk away from you. So I forgave them, they forgive me, because we both walked away from each other. So it was a wrong decision I took with the relationship, and they were not very happy with it. And then I realized that even though family should not walk away, that choice I made was very bad. And I really did hurt a lot of people.
So you regretted that decision, and then you healed from it.
I don't regret it.
You didn't regret
I don't regret anything in my life, because without that, I wouldn't have went on a spiritual journey. I wouldn't have been sitting in front of you right now. I wouldn't have done anything. Gotten deep into religion, got all of this. So everything is the reason why I am the person I am today. So I don't regret anything. I love it. Thank you. I honor you for teaching me. I don't really like you that much. You know, we don't resonate on the same level. I still want to see you eat, but not on my table. But I cut the cord. But at the same time, I'm so grateful and thankful, because they taught me so much about myself.
At that period of time, we were not in good terms as well. Like, we don't really talk much.
Yeah.
Like, because you're busy, I'm busy, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but I've heard a lot of rumors about Sarah's dating this guy, and then I'm not gonna say names because I know you hate it. But back then, I had to justify it a lot. Like, I felt like it's a burden in me. I have to explain myself all the time. Like, your friend is
Yeah, but okay, this
the government left her. This person is not talking to her. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. They like this person is not talking to her. Her family and her friends, and she chose herself.
Yeah, I mean, so what?
But going back to that,
yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying.
If you go back again, would you do the same thing?
Yes.
What?
Yes. 110%. Not because that person is special. It's because that taught me so much about myself. And because I was spoken about a lot, because people were attacking me, because of that, I reached a point where I had nothing to lose. And then I realized that, shit, the thing I was fearing the most happened, and I'm okay. So now I can be myself without hiding. I can just go out there and be free. That situation set me free. You have no idea.
So you did it to yourself, to set yourself free?
No, it happened without me knowing. I did it because I was attracting negativity. But it's my journey, and it's part of my journey. And I feel if I didn't do that, if I wasn't on that in that relationship, I would never have been this vocal and this authentic.
Mm-hmm.
That taught me that if you're authentic and people leave, it's okay. Because you know what? The people that left me in that period of time, and they abandoned me and they unfollowed me or whatever, when I became successful again on top, everyone came back. And then I realized you're only there to serve. People are only on top with you to serve their own purpose and their own things. And when you're in the bottom, they will abandon you. So guess what? I have no loyalty to anybody. Yes, I did choose a wrong guy. Yes, I did do whatever I want. I chose the life I want. At least I am living. At least I do mistakes and learn. At least I don't live a safe life that's comfortable, where there is no space to grow. Because you're not allowed to do mistakes. I am allowed to do mistakes, and I did them. And it's okay. I'm completely fine with it. And they can talk. They can do whatever they want. Just like I was in the bottom, now I'm on top again. And they will all come back.
Who are you closer to, your mom or your dad?
I'm very close to both, but I'm closer to my dad. Because I'm a spitting version of him, which he's in denial of. I am a spitting version of this man.
Who's in denial?
My dad's in denial. Because every time he sees me, he's like, why are you doing this? The tattoos, the life, and I always look at him in the eye and I'm like, Baba, I am everything you want to be, but you are shackled. You have
I'm good.
Shackles on your feet, holding you back, and that's expectation of society, stereotype, fear of judgment, and you are scared to live the life you want. And I know deep down inside you want that. And you look at me and you're upset because I am doing it and you're not. And I always tell him, Baba, set yourself free. Yeah.
So do you believe that your family are proud of you when you set them?
They're very proud.
You sure?
But they don't agree with what I do. They don't agree with a lot. Like, they don't agree with my tattoos. And then I told Baba, like...
But do they tell you we're proud of you?
Yeah. They do. They love me. They're so proud of me. And my mom never says it in front of me. She says it to other people, you know? And I'm totally okay with that. Compassion. That's it. To my family. And they did what they could as much as the information they know, you know? And I love them to death. But they are proud. At the same time, they don't agree.
Let me hear this.
What?
مساء الخير سارة حبيبتي.
Oh my God!
صح إن أنا مسافرة وبعيدة عنك، بس حبيت أوصل لك هالكلام. وأقول لك إن أنا وايد أحبك، وإن أنا وايد وايد فخورة لكل هالنجاح اللي أنتِ وصلتي له بتعبك ومجهودك الشخصي. أنتِ يا عمري سيدة أعمال ناجحة ومكافحة، أنتِ أم رائعة. أنا فخورة فخورة جدا كونك إن أنتِ بنتي، وإحنا دائما بنكون معاك يا روحي، ونتمنى لك يا رب النجاح والتوفيق يا رب في حياتك. وأنت مين دوم سارة الدلوعة الخفيفة الدم في العائلة. إحنا وايد نحبك والله يوفقك يا عمري.
My God. Nouraldin, don't do this to me. You know, she never, my mother never says this to
Why
me.
you're hiding your face?
This is it, because I have waterproof mascara. So it means I look gothic. My God, my hands are shaking. So
I know how much you love your mom.
I love my mom.
discuss your mom thing, like, you know, your relationship with your mom. And sometimes you pick up the phone. It's like, yeah, mom, just do this. Maki's here. I was like, I know she adores her mom.
I love her
But
so much.
Yeah.
But I feel like she doesn't, my mother, you see this? She'd never say it to me. That's the problem. She'd never say it face to face.
Trust me, she's going to say it very soon. It's happening soon. I can see it.
No, when I did the healing, I saw so much changes because we're connected by cords to our family. So we heal them slowly. I saw some change. But that is not something she'll say to my face. She cannot.
One day, you never know.
No, she cannot, because...
You never know. One day she would say it.
Because that means she is going against everything she believes in her culture.
You never know.
I hope so. I wish. No, I'm open to people changing. But
never say never, Sara.
Yeah, never say never. Wow, she's in Russia. How'd you get a hold of her? She's on vacation. My God. Whoa.
If you see her in front of you now, what would you tell her?
I just
look at me as if I'm your mom. I know that we don't look alike, but just like imagine. You have a good imagination, or you want to use the mirror as well.
No,
I would love to hear a message from you to your mom, addressing her. Tell her, Mom, 1, 2, 3, 4, as if she's in front of you.
Yeah. Mom, I just wish you would show me more that you're proud of me, and you will say it more than just saying it behind my back. And I understand that I don't look, act, or be the way you expected your eldest daughter to be, but I'm such a beautiful soul. And if you just look inside of me, you'd realize that this is just my dress. And I am much more than this dress. I am much more than these tattoos. This I keep in this world. It's my energy. And just look inside my heart, my soul. And just instead of judging me, ask me if I'm happy. That's all that matters. Instead of saying, why you dressed like this? Why you use tattoos? Did you add more tattoos? Ask me, are you happy? For example, I can't wait for her to see this one. This is new. So she's going to get a heart attack. But then,
That's for bed, come on.
Yeah, no, an emotional heart attack. But the thing is, she'll go why'd you do it again? I just wish the question at that moment would be, do you like it? It's cool. I love it. Does it make you happy? What does it represent to you? I want to connect. And instead of feeling like I'm constantly judged. Come on, by now, give up on the tattoo stories. لين الحين تتفاجئيني وتشوفين tattoo. خلاص, it's everywhere. So yeah, and I keep telling her, these are my stories. Let me tell you my stories, and I always tell people, a lot of people that walked away from me because of the way I look and because of the tattoos and all that. And I always say that, am I there for you? They say, yeah. Do I support you? Yeah. Have I ever abandoned you? No. Am I kind to you? Yeah. So what changed? Well, the way you look changed. It doesn't matter. I'm still the same person. It's the soul. It's the essence. It's not the physical body. One day I'm like this. Tomorrow I have blue hair. Tomorrow I have long hair. I will evolve and change. Just like a tree grows. You cannot stop a person from changing and exploring. But look inside of me. That's who I am. Don't look at my physical body.
What's a true friend to Sara?
A true friend is a friend that does not judge. Is a friend.
No matter what.
Yeah, no matter what. Is a friend that that's there. Is a friend that pushes me to grow. Is a friend that's not a yes friend. I do not like yes friends. Like yes to everything. I like people who set my record straight, tell me this is wrong, what you're doing is not right. I love authentic people who will put me back in place and teach me, who will support me, because I do the same. And I wanted to reciprocate it. The old Sara never cared about getting it in return. But now this Sara wants it in return. And I'm not willing to give somebody to water someone's plant while I'm not being watered. So this is true friendships to me. But these people who go like, yeah, everything's okay. Yes to everything. Yes, friends, I cannot be with them because they're not helping me grow. And if you don't add value to my life, why are we friends? If we're just going to go out, have a cup of coffee, eat pizza every weekend, there's no value. I have to learn from you. You know what I say? I would never take advice from a person that has a life that I don't aspire to have. So all my friends, their lives, all our circle, our friends of circle, who you are, your life, I love that. I want that. I want to be like you. All my friends, I want to be like them somehow. Maybe not all of them, but there are aspects of you that I want to learn from you. So yeah, if I'm with someone I cannot learn from, let's say I'm out having, let's say, a coffee for an hour with a person that...
You don't drink coffee.
Water. They're drinking coffee. I'm staring at them drink coffee. But let's say an hour, okay? Let's say I'm going to live till I'm 50 or 70.
Yeah.
That hour is an hour from my day, from my 50 years. It matters. I'm not wasting it with a person that I cannot have a connection, reciprocate, grow with. I cannot entertain that anymore. The old Sara entertains so much bullshit. I cannot. And I have no patience for bullshit
because
anymore.
You choose yourself first.
Yeah. I would not put myself in that situation.
When an older friend, I would say when a friend of the old version of Sara comes to you right now and they say, you changed a lot.
They don't resonate. It's okay.
This would be your reaction.
It's okay. You changed. It's fine, babe. But you were better before. Okay, babe. Great. Look at our pictures before and mesmerize and live a dream. And they're like, where is the old Sara? I'm like in the morgue.
You said old.
Yeah, in the morgue. المقبرة روحوا المدفونة. Go in the morgue. She's not here anymore. What you're looking for is not here. And if you don't celebrate my growth, and my growth is a problem for you because I don't resonate with you anymore, I'm sorry. There's no space for you in my life. You either go higher, work on yourself and resonate higher. I'm not lowering to make it more comfortable and to maintain the peace.
Because when we grow, Sara, they're not their comfort zone, not the norm they used to see. Like it's something out of their expectations, so they get scared.
Yeah,
it's scary for them.
Yeah.
Same as like new information coming to you, you would get scared because you want to understand, analyze the information.
Yes and no, because if I was never scared of the people who changed and grew and all that, I was always curious.
I'm saying people overall.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah, the collective consciousness.
I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I'm not saying that I grew, so I'm better than them. No. I was once there. I understand completely. But right now I'm here and I don't understand anymore. So you either grow, and I'm going to, trust me, I always tell people who tell me I changed. I'm like, if you sit around me, I'm bad influence. I'm going to get you drunk in love with yourself. I'm going to get you to smoke inspiration. I'm going to get you to love yourself beyond limit. I'm going to show you your soul, your spirit. I'm going to inspire you to do a lot of crazy shit. So when you're around me, I'm that. If you don't want that kind of energy, don't come next to me. If you want to go vibrate low. It's fine with me.
It's up to them.
And I'm okay. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with letting go of versions of me and letting go of people so I can unlock new versions of me. I cannot open new doors with old habits. And I cannot enter new spaces with old people that don't resonate with me anymore. We cannot walk together at the same speed. They fall behind. And just like leaves from a tree, everything falls, everything renews, everything regenerates. So do us, so do our personalities, so do people around us.
What is happiness to you, Sara?
Happiness? Happiness is complete acceptance and alignment with who you are. Body, mind and spirit. Complete connection between both, peace between both.
Why do you say spirit? You don't say soul.
So let me put it this way. Complete, let's say, connection between the mind, body, soul, and spirit. Because the soul and spirit are not the same. The soul is ruh, it's the energy.
Yeah.
Once it gets in the body, a spirit gets created inside. And that's your inner voice that tells you to do good or bad things. You know? So this waswasa. So the spirit is part of you.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the soul, the body, the spirit, and then the mind. The mind is also it's not your master, it should be your slave. So it should be your servant. So when you have total peace between them, and your soul is the captain controlling the car and steering the wheel, and they're all sitting behind, your body, mind, and spirit, the passenger seat, and the front seat is your soul, you are at the complete happiness. Everything makes you happy. Eating a sandwich makes you happy. Walking in nature, small things excites you.
Yeah.
Khalas, there's no attachment to big things, to timelines, to goals, to all of that. I will not be happy unless it's a person, place, or something. No, khalas, ma fi attachment to anything. You enjoy the now because the future and the past don't exist. So you enjoy the now. That is pure happiness.
What are you attached to the most?
I don't have no attachment.
Aren't you attached to your son?
No, I love my son to death. I'm not attached to my son. Attachment is not healthy.
Very smart.
No, not healthy at all. I love him to death. I will do anything for him, but I'm not attached to him. Because think of it in this way. We all get married, we die to have children, although we know that they're going to go one day. They're not ours. Even God said, "Al-mal wal-banun zinat ad-dunya." They're not ours. Zinat al-hayat ad-dunya. They're not ours to keep. I'm just a vessel for my son to come into life. But no attachment. And I teach him not to have attachment. Zero. It's not healthy. Because attachment comes from a wound, from trauma. Pure love comes from here, in the heart. Yeah.
Nice. So everything comes to an end. And this will be the last time you close your eyes in this episode, let's say.
Okay.
Not the last time in your life. So try to relax again.
Yeah, let's go.
Close your eyes and put yourself in a very calm state and focus on the breath. And try to allow your unconscious mind to take you to the future, where you see yourself in a spacious place, maybe white colored or black or any color you choose. It doesn't matter what feeling you get, what state of mind you have. You're looking at it from your own eyes. And you keep on walking. It might be nature, any type of nature you would choose. And you can feel the sand on your feet while you're walking. And you're approaching a place with a very slow steps. And from far away, you see a small white stone. So you choose to approach it. The more you approach the stone, the bigger it gets. And when you get closer, you see a grave that says, "Rest in peace, Sara Almadani." What would you like to be written in your grave after you die? Consider it your legacy. You can open your eyes if you want, or keep them. It's up to you.
What do I want my legacy to be?
Something you want people to remember you with.
I feel like I don't need to write that on my stone. Like, what do I need to be remembered for?
Yeah.
Because you leave that impact in people's hearts when you leave, right?
It's a metaphor, so yeah.
But
I just want to hear it from you.
But I think I would write, it's a quote, and I actually saw it now.
Very nice.
It's a quote from the Atlantean time.
Tell me.
Atlantis.
Yeah.
When people gave birth in Atlantis, they used to say, "Welcome to life, the pathway to death." So life is death is the destination you want to reach. Life is just a path to death. So I would write that on my grave.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And what would be your legacy?
My legacy is, I just don't want I just hope I touched people's hearts and I've left a positive impact. And it's, you know how when you walk on the sand, you leave a trail of your feet?
Yeah.
I hope I keep trail of my footsteps in people's hearts and that I've served. I believe I'm here to serve. So I hope I served the right way. I'm not perfect. I'm human. I'm still having a human experience, you know?
Served as a light worker?
Served as a light worker, served the world, served the community, served Earth, served, you know, Mother Earth, served God, served everybody. I hope I was of service. That is my legacy. You know, that's what I wish. That's it.
And you ascend.
And I ascend. And I don't come back.
Thank you, Sara.
Thank you so
شكراً.
much.